It's as effective as like a nootropic, as a cognitive enhancer, like vitamins, like paracetam and all these different vitamins, choline, that have been shown to have effects on memory and cognitive function.
Oh, yeah?
Nicotine apparently has a positive effect on cognitive function. I know a lot of guys who smoke like e-cigarettes before they go on stage.
Really? Mm-hmm. Just to get a little
buzz,
a little go.
Yeah.
Coffee do the same thing?
I don't know. I don't think coffee actually has cognitive enhancing performance benefits that have been proven.
Just makes you busy.
Makes you happier. I know it increases euphoria, and I think it lights you up. You know, like it stimulates you. So there's probably some benefit in that, just being more awake.
Yeah,
but I think if you are awake, though, I don't know if it really benefits you.
Like there's times when I'm writing, and like if I'm writing in the afternoon, and I'll have an espresso, and I come back, and all of a sudden I'll catch myself like 15 minutes later, like just humming along and like doing stuff, you know, like you just get busy. You just get like, all right, we're going.
Yeah.
Without being aware that it was really the caffeine.
Yeah.
Do you take the, what is it, neurotropic?
Nootropics.
Nootropics.
Yeah, I take them.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I want to take more stuff. I really do. I'm so into, I kept, for a long time, was like, I'm not taking anything. And now I'm at a point where it's like, we live in the 21st century. It's time to start taking some stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
I take vitamin D now.
That's good. D3?
D3.
Yeah, very good. Very important.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Well, the only way you get it is through the sun or through certain foods. It's particularly important for vegans.
Right.
B12 and D3 are two of the most common things.
B12 too?
Yeah, because it comes from animals. We get it primarily, B12 especially, we get it primarily from animal protein, and they apparently get it from bacteria. And the only way vegans can get it is in certain forms of bacteria, microorganisms. Like you have to eat living things to get it.
All right, so B12 I should add also?
B12's huge. B12's big. D3 is big.
D3.
DHEA, or not DHEA, DHA, fish oil.
Oh, really? Fish oil?
Omega-3s and 6s, super, super important for brain function.
Omega what?
Omega-3s and 6s.
Do you take that as a supplement, though?
Yes, I do. You can get some of it from flax oil and from hemp oil, but it's not as effective as fish oil. I mean, this is taking out ideology and, eating plants versus eating animals. Scientists uniformly believe that fish oil is the better method for absorbing those things.
But then you go online and you look up fish oil, and there's just as many articles that fish oil does nothing.
Well, omega-3s and 6s are critical.
Right.
That's what fish oil is.
We just know. So you get that from the fish oil.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So someone saying that fish oil does nothing, that's nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, what does it do? I mean, here's the number one big deal. People think that they like to take things and then feel an immediate result.
Right.
And what you're doing when you're taking vitamins and supplements and eating healthy food is you're building your body with these materials. Like if you eat cake and ho-hos, and that's all you eat, that's what your body uses to regenerate cells. That's what your body uses to grow. I mean, all your tissue is eventually going to be made out of everything you eat.
Of birthday cake.
Yeah, birthday cake. and sourdough bread. So what we are today is your body's consumption of all the different foods and nutrients that you've taken in, and this is what it's built with it.
Right.
And it can only make a good body off of good ingredients.
Right.
I mean, it's really that simple.
Yeah.
If you're not getting any vitamins, your body starts pulling them out of your bones, and pulling calcium out of your bones. And but your body freaks the fuck out when you don't have enough stuff. And that's where a lot of diseases, inflammation, a lot of problems come from just not having the proper building blocks. So when you eat healthy, you give your body what it needs to rebuild and build.
Right.
So your growth from there on represents your diet. Like whatever you're putting in, the healthier the stuff is, the healthier your body is. It's like really simple, but it's not going to be an immediate effect.
I bet it would be pretty quick though.
Fairly quick, you'll feel better.
Yeah.
And over time, like weeks or months, like this wacky diet that I'm on, initially it didn't feel good.
It didn't?
No. The lack of sugar did not feel good. There was like headaches the first few days. I was like, oh, well, I'm addicted to sugar. Well, I didn't even know. And then
all forms of sugar, like even just bread?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, bread, even alcohol, fruits. You have to be careful,
Fruit too?
even how much fruit you eat.
Really?
Yeah, like like someone had a glass of orange juice. And they were talking about it. They were like, think about how many fucking oranges go into the glass of orange juice.
Right.
It's probably like 7 oranges. Like, who the fuck sits down and eats 7 oranges? And we were laughing. And I was like, yeah, but not even with fiber.
Yeah.
Like, you take the fiber out. So your body's like, what is all this goddamn sugar?
Right.
But we have it in our head that sugar from fruit juice is healthy.
Right.
But sugar from Coca-Cola is not. But apparently your body doesn't know the difference.
But if you eat an apple, isn't that... Does the fiber offset
Yes.
how much sugar?
It does have an impact. It does.
So
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Well, yeah, your body's, that's
Right.
how your body's supposed to get sugar.
Right.
It's supposed to be attached almost like as an incentive to eat things that are healthy for you.
Right.
So the vitamins and the fiber are all intertwined with this delicious flavor that makes you attracted to it. And therefore, like you eat an orange, it is in fact good for you.
Right.
So it's healthy.
But you just shouldn't go
Juice.
crazy with it.
Yeah, you just shouldn't have 20 ounces of orange juice
Right.
just squeezed out.
Right.
And especially when we have that concentrate stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's not even really orange juice anymore. It's like this weird frozen thing.
Yeah, but when you, like with your kids in the morning, do you feel like you should give them some orange juice if they're like feeling kind of...
like
you wanna
vitamin
boost
C
their-
wise?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, vitamin C is definitely good for your body. It's a good antioxidant.
When you see them run down and you're just like...
Look, it's not the worst thing in the world for have a little orange juice.
Right.
What I'm saying is like a big ass glass of orange juice is a jolt of sugar to your system.
4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I prefer. I don't drink fruit juices anymore.
Yeah.
I just
I don't either.
but I still eat fruit. But I
do too.
just think that juicing is very problematic in that way, that you could just figure out a way to condense all the sugar from all these different fruits into
Right.
one thing that you jolt into your body in just a few seconds. You chug a glass of orange juice. I mean, that's an instant,
shot.
yeah, tidal wave of sugar. Whoa.
I take glucosamine.
That's good. And chondroitin, do you take those two together?
No, just glucosamine.
Those are both really good. Glucosamine's good. Glucosamine was actually, I think, I might be wrong about this. This came from this book by this guy, Dr. Joel Wallach, who wrote this book called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he was talking about mineral deficiencies and how few doctors really do understand nutrition and how they give you really shitty advice, but really
Yeah.
they're completely uneducated. They might be a good podiatrist or a good orthopedic surgeon or what have you.
Right.
But how many of them actually understand the mechanisms of nutrition? That's where Dr. Rhonda Patrick comes in.
Right.
She's a fucking genius when it comes to that. Like
Right.
whenever I have any questions about different nutrients or vitamins, and she will just go over the tests, and she's super analytical and objective about it
Right.
too. Like she'll tell you the pros and cons and goods and bads and what could happen, what could be going on, and what is definitely going on.
Right.
So there's a lot going on when you're eating food. There's a lot going on when you're taking in nutrients.
Yeah. And a multivitamin. I take a multi. But
One-
there's so many.
Yeah, one multivitamin is problematic too because you're taking something that's condensed down to one hard little cube.
Oh, yeah.
And you're dropping that, and you're hoping your body digests it in time and absorbs it. I find that powdered ones in capsule form, at least I think, absorb better in the body. And I take a pack. I take like what's called
yeah?
a Pure Athlete's Pure pack.
Writing it down. Pack.
Yeah, it's Pure Encapsulations is the brand that I use, and they have these Athletes Pure packs, and I just they're great because they're like a meal's worth. I take them with me. I can have like 2 or 3 in my backpack.
Right.
Actually, I do.
And just pound it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well,
Do you take this
don't know
stuff
where they
too,
are.
or do you kind of,
I just
has it
started
rubbed off
taking
on
it
you?
a little bit? Yeah, the amount of time I've been hanging out with him is
Yeah.
starting to, and I need to take advantage of it. But yeah, I just started taking some stuff.
Yeah. You
what's
look
that
good.
sound?
This is microphone.
That microphone makes that sound? What's going on with it?
There's too much electricity over here.
You're a fucking electric
Wow.
man. You're alive. It's alive.
There's a lot of electricity going on here.
There is, right? If you stop and think about it.
When I think for my podcast, when I use like this little recorder and just, it's no reason, there's a reason it sounds so shitty.
Well, just all the vape pens we have in this room alone. I know I have one of those.
So
in
how
this
many
bag.
things do you take in the morning? Like 12?
No, in the morning, especially lately.
Yeah.
The morning I've relaxed a lot of what I do as far as like my diet.
Yeah.
Because in the morning, a lot of times I'm not hungry.
I know.
And I used to eat because I felt like I had to eat. But then I read this thing recently, you know, they say that breakfast is your most important meal.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
That's what I've heard.
It's bullshit. What's important is meals.
Right.
They say that breakfast is not your most important meal, that it's just a meal.
The idea of like loading up so you can go on about your day
Yeah.
is like sometimes it slows you down.
Yes, and then the carb loading is what a lot of people do. They're eating cereal, and that's just going to cause a crash.
Right.
You ramp it up with the carb loading. Your body has to process all that shit, and it's like,
Put a nice cup of coffee and some sourdough toast.
that's what you do. That's your move. And
Once
then
in a while.
and you get to know, I made this fucking toast. This is mine.
It's my goddamn
comes
toast.
from
I
my-
made this for my family.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny when I go on the road now, that's the thing that they miss.
The toast?
The bread.
Really?
They're like, you got to
Yeah.
come back. You've been gone a week. We were out of bread.
Oh, they get upset that daddy's not the little bread factory.
It's cool because they used to miss me for being a person, and then then that passed.